Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The tragic life of General Hospital Cynthia Watros. General Hospital star Cynthia Watros isn't the kind of person who likes to get in trouble or see her name in headlines for that matter. However, there have been moments in her past that have seen her on the wrong side of the law. The tragic life of General Hospital's Cynthia Watros. While Cynthia has had plenty of television roles throughout the years, the two that are perhaps the most memorable are her roles as Nina Reeves on General Hospital and as Libby on the hit ABC drama series Lost, from back in 2005. But the Cynthia Watros that fans remember back then is certainly not the same Cynthia Watros that fans know now. That's because she got into some major legal trouble. According to reports, Cynthia was arrested for DUI back in 2005 after she was caught having one too many drinks and went behind the wheel. Her Lost co-star Michelle Rodriguez was also pulled over for the same reason that same night as her. Watros' attorney, Lanson Kupao, said at the time, "She made a mistake. She's very remorseful and she wants to take responsibility for her actions. She realizes, understands and appreciates the seriousness of the charges." While Michelle had to serve some time behind bars, Cynthia got lucky. She was only fined and sentenced to 14 hours of counseling but also had her license suspended. It could have been worse for the actress. General Hospital News. What really happened with Cynthia Watros? Speaking to Maurice Bernard in 2022 about the incident on his YouTube series State of Mind, Cynthia admits that it was a mistake. She said, "We would all get together to watch the show and I probably had one too many drinks and got arrested for a DUI. It is unfortunate. You know, we all make mistakes. You learn and you go, I wish I had done something better. But I definitely learned from it, and that is all you can take from mistakes." Meanwhile, let us know what you think by leaving us a line with your thoughts in our comment section below. General Hospital airs weekdays on the ABC network. Check your local listings for times. Soap operas have always thrived on drama, heartbreak, and survival. Yet sometimes, the stories on screen mirror the turbulence and pain of the actors who bring them to life. Cynthia Watros, who stepped into the coveted role of Nina Reeves on General Hospital in 2019, has captured audiences with her nuanced performances, switching seamlessly between vulnerability, rage, and charm. But beneath the applause and the bright studio lights lies a life shaped by tragedy, resilience, and reinvention. Early years. A childhood marked by loss. Born in Lake Orion, Michigan, in 1968, Cynthia Lynn Watros didn't grow up with the golden spoon many imagine actors must have. Her early life was defined by struggle and by the premature absence of her father. When she was still a child, her parents divorced, leaving Cynthia and her brother to be raised primarily by their mother. The absence of a stable father figure cast a long shadow over her formative years, sparking both her independence and her hunger to find belonging. Money was always tight, and Cynthia often worked odd jobs to support herself. Unlike many actors who find early fame, Watros clawed her way forward with sheer willpower. She leaned on her sharp intellect and her ability to find humor even in dark moments, a survival skill that would serve her well later in life. The soap opera breakthrough, and pressure of success. In 1994, Cynthia got her big break when she was cast as Annie Dutton on Guiding Light. The role transformed her career. Annie, a nurse who spiraled into obsession and madness, became one of the soap's most unforgettable villains. Watros delivered powerhouse performances that earned her a Daytime Emmy in 1998 for Outstanding Lead Actress. But the success came with a cost. Playing a role that demanded so much emotional intensity left her drained. Co-stars describe her as deeply professional but often withdrawn when the cameras stopped rolling. Away from the set, she battled feelings of loneliness and anxiety. "Winning awards doesn't make you whole," she once admitted in an interview. "It just makes you more aware of what's still missing." Marriage and motherhood. Cynthia found stability in her marriage to Curtis Gilliland, a businessman. The couple later welcomed twin daughters, Emma and Sadie, in 2001. For Watros, motherhood was a grounding force. She often spoke of how her girls gave her purpose and joy beyond the often cutthroat world of daytime television. But even this chapter of happiness wasn't without its hardships. Balancing the demands of a full-time acting career with raising twins left her constantly exhausted. At times, she stepped away from high-profile roles, prioritizing her daughter's well-being over fame. Career detours and heartbreaks. After leaving Guiding Light, Watros tried her hand at primetime. She landed a major role on the cult hit Lost as Libby Smith, a character whose tragic arc mirrored the turbulence of Cynthia's own life. Libby, a mental health patient searching for love, was killed off abruptly in 2006, shocking fans. The decision left Cynthia devastated. She had poured herself into the role, only to see it cut short without closure. "It felt like losing a piece of myself," she later confessed. The heartbreak of being written out of Lost was compounded by Hollywood's fickle nature. Roles didn't always come easy, and the transition from daytime to primetime proved grueling. Cynthia bounced between guest appearances and short-lived series, but the constant instability took its toll. A brush with scandal. In 2005, Cynthia made headlines for an incident that revealed her humanity and vulnerability. She was arrested for driving under the influence after a night out in Los Angeles. While no one was hurt, the arrest threatened to tarnish her reputation at a time when she was struggling to find her footing in Hollywood. Instead of hiding, Watros addressed the incident head-on. She entered counseling, determined to confront the deeper issues behind her choices. "I made a mistake," she said publicly, "but mistakes don't define you. How you rise from them does." Her willingness to admit her flaws only made her more relatable to fans who had seen her characters wrestle with their own demons. Return to daytime, and a role that fit like a glove. By 2019, Cynthia returned full-time to daytime television, taking over the role of Nina Reeves on General Hospital. Stepping into the shoes of an established character is never easy, but Watros brought her own blend of fragility and fire to Nina. Her portrayal of a woman betrayed by love, desperate to find her stolen daughter, and constantly battling inner turmoil resonated deeply with viewers. Many fans saw parallels between Nina's fictional heartbreaks and Cynthia's real-life struggles. Her ability to embody pain so convincingly comes, in part, from a lifetime of personal battles. Personal health battles. Behind the scenes, Cynthia has faced health scares that have rarely made headlines. She has spoken about autoimmune issues that left her fatigued and struggling to maintain energy during grueling filming schedules. For years, she quietly pushed through, determined not to let illness derail her career or her role as a mother. Her openness about these challenges has inspired many fans, especially those fighting their own invisible battles. "You never know what someone is carrying with them," Cynthia once reflected. "That's why kindness matters." The burden of tragedy and the power of resilience. The tragedy of Cynthia Watros' life isn't defined by one catastrophic moment but by a series of struggles. Childhood loss, career heartbreaks, public mistakes, and ongoing health battles. Yet through it all, she has endured. Her resilience shines through every scene she performs as Nina Reeves. Viewers can see the authenticity in her tears, the raw ache in her voice, and the fierce willpower in her confrontations. Cynthia doesn't just act. She channels decades of real-life hardship into her craft. Legacy of strength. Today, Cynthia continues to thrive on General Hospital, where Nina remains one of the show's most complex and polarizing characters. Off-screen, she embraces motherhood, advocacy, and gratitude for a career that, though turbulent, has given her a platform to connect with millions. The tragic life of Cynthia Watros is also a testament to strength. She reminds us that behind every star on our television screens lies a human being who has endured losses, fought battles, and risen again. Her story isn't only about tragedy, it's about survival, reinvention, and the courage to keep moving forward even when the world tries to knock you down.